And let's turn to passage number 19 in our Bibles. Sexecutions. Woo. Leviticus chapter 20, New Living Translation paraphrased. The Lord said to Moses, I love that bit, give the people of Israel these instructions. If anyone offer their children as a sacrifice to Moloch, the people of the community must stone them to death. I will also turn against those who put their trust in mediums or in those who consult the spirits of the dead. I will cut them off from the community. Set yourselves apart to be holy, for I am the Lord your God. Keep all my decrees by putting them into practice, for I am the Lord who makes you holy. Anyone who dishonors father or mother must be put to death. Such a person is guilty of a capital offense. If a man commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, both the man and the woman must be put to death. If a man violates his father by having sex with one of his father's wives, both must be put to death. If a man has sex with his daughter-in-law, both must be put to death. If a man practices homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman, both men have committed a detestable act. They must both be put to death, for they are guilty of a capital offense. If a man marries both a woman and her mother, the man and both women must be burned to death. If a man has sex with an animal, he must be put to death, and the animal must be killed. If a woman presents herself to an animal to have intercourse with it, she and the animal must be put to death. If a man marries his sister, the daughter of either his father or his mother, and they have sexual relations, it is a shameful disgrace. They must be publicly cut off from the community. Since the man has violated his sister, he will be punished for his sin. If a man has sexual relations with a woman during her menstrual period, both of them must be cut off from the community, for together they have exposed the source of her blood flow. Do not have sexual relations with your aunt. If a man has sex with his uncle's wife, he has violated his uncle. Both will be punished, and they will die childless. If a man marries his brother's wife, it is an act of impurity. He has violated his brother, and the guilty couple will remain childless. You must keep all my decrees and regulations by putting them into practice. Otherwise, the land I am giving to you will vomit you out. I am the Lord your God, who has set you apart from all other people. You must make a distinction between ceremonially clean and unclean animals, and between clean and unclean birds. You must be holy, because I, the Lord, am holy. I have set you apart from all other people to be my very own. Men and women among you who act as mediums or who consult the spirits of the dead must be put to death by stoning. It is of crucial importance that we remember the celebrated provenance of these very words, and of course those of the entire Torah. It is unanimously accepted within Jewish tradition and among the limitless denominations of Bible believers that indeed these words, also referred to as the Mosaic Law, are the very words of God. After all, with regard to the question of the authorship of the Bible, the remaining three options listed below present direct defeaters for the very pillars the Bible hangs on. Number 1, God and Moses camped out on Mount Sinai and made all this up together. Number 2, God delivered it to Moses as divine revelation. And number 3, Moses made it all up. Concerning option number 1, we can be fairly certain that an omniscient and omnipotent deity would lack nothing, would need nothing, and especially wouldn't need any help, especially that of early man. Option number 2 introduces a sort of divine download theory, one in which God beamed this mountain of glorious information into the brain of Moses, and additionally granted him the most extraordinary retention known to man so that he may transcribe the verbatim words of God from memory. And option number 3, the most likely. Although if we obediently place our trust in the words of Moses, or whomever may have written the Torah, we can then confidently embrace the hundreds of instances where the scriptures state, the Lord said to Moses. We can also rely on the veracity of Exodus 24:4, as any deviation creates a domino effect of defeaters. 24:4 states, Then Moses carefully wrote down all the Lord's instructions. That's the New Living Translation. The New American Standard Bible says, and Moses wrote down all the words of the Lord. Regardless of which flavor of authorship one prefers, they all come with outrageous implications. As stated, the most popular of all is the belief that these are the very words of God. Therefore, putting it as bluntly as the Bible does, God commands the execution of homosexuals, dishonorable or disrespectful children, children who curse their parents, according to the King James Version, adulterers, necromancers, anyone who has engaged in bestiality, including the animal, and for participants in other sexual activities such as various forms of incest. It's quite convenient for Moses and Aaron that God now enacts these laws regarding incest, as they both came from the incestual relationship of their father Amram and their great aunt, Amram's aunt, Jochebed. Let's of course not mention the ancestral relationship of the Grand Patriarch, the father of the three major religions, and to whom all was promised, Abraham and his sister Sarah, half-sister to be fair. Sadly, the more sensible and practical source of authorship is the mind of man. Finally, we make it to the trendy and hilarious fallback of the modern hipster Christian, the safe haven of, well, Jesus never said anything about that, regarding homosexuality, bestiality, incest, etc. Jesus spoke very clearly about sexual immorality and the union of marriage between a man and a woman, though he didn't have to. His assertions of his divine nature and equality with God as the I am before Abraham, and that he and the Father are one, reveals all. I hope you all have a great week, and again, check it out in the TikTok shop if you're interested. Much love to all you guys. I really appreciate all the support. We'll talk to you later. See ya.